and the construction of a human-sized checkerboard, and the addition of Resolution 17 approving a deed notice on 200 G Street, Block 260, Lot 1.
There are actually two deed notices.
Oh, two.
In
I'm
that
sorry.
one resolution.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Solicitor.
Thank you.
Bills, please.
Mr. Mayor, I move that bills be paid if properly certified.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Also, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to submit the work sessions, August 20, 2019, and the regular session.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
We've now reached public comments on agenda items. Anyone who would like to talk about an agenda item, please step up to the mic, state your name and your concerns, and limit your comments to 5 minutes, please. Seeing no one, I close the public comments on agenda items. Old business, please.
Okay, we have a report from purchasing agent recommending award of bid for the project entitled Demolition of 611 East Main Street to Delphi Engineering, Sewell, New Jersey, for their successful low bid in the amount of $44,374.
Mr. Mayor, I move to receive and file this correspondence.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Second item is a report from the purchasing agent recommending award of bid for a project entitled Demolition of 414 Sassafras Street to Neary Construction, Williamstown, New Jersey, for their successful low bid in the amount of $21,990.
Mr. Mayor, I move to receive and file this correspondence.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Petitions and letters.
Okay, I have correspondence received from Mayor Santiago appointing Jay Lavengeyer to fill a vacant seat as an alternate one member of the Millville Planning Board.
Mr. Mayor, I move to receive and file this correspondence.
Second motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Reports of commissioners. Commissioner Pepitone.
Yeah, last night I had the opportunity to attend the firework that we were unable to have on the 6th of July. It was pretty well attended. We had a rainstorm right before, but it passed. They went off. They were beautiful. Everyone there had a great time. So kudos to Bruce and his department for doing such a nice event for the people. Unfortunately, we had to wait, but it was nice. It was a really nice event. Was anybody there? Enjoy it.
Mary.
There we go. That's it, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Udalvis.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. In regard to the Zoning Board of Adjustment, the next meeting will be held on Thursday, September 5th at 6:30 p.m. in the Richard C. McCarthy Commission Chamber on the 4th floor of City Hall. Resolution number 09-2019A, replacing Resolution number 09-2019, is scheduled to be memorialized, and 2 applications are scheduled for presentation. Additionally, the next meeting of the City's Planning Board will be held on Monday, September 9th at 6:30 p.m. in the Richard C. McCarthy Commission Chamber. Providing a brief explanation of the City's Construction Department and Community Development Block Grant through the context of Resolution Item 3, authorizing award of contract for demolition of structure located at 611 East Main Street to Delphi Engineering in the amount of $44,374, and Resolution Item 4, authorizing award of contract for demolition of structure located at 414 Sassafras Street to Neary Construction in the amount of $21,990, the Department will be utilizing CDBG funding to fulfill the objective of the program under the category of blight elimination. After having followed due process through demolition hearings and awaiting the allotted duration, the Board of Commissioners will vote whether to proceed with the award of contracts on this evening's agenda after having received a report from the City Purchasing Agent specifying recommendations for successful low bids in the aforementioned amounts. In regard to economic development, the department also highlights the inclusion of Resolution Item 9, authorizing a municipal partnership agreement with Cumberland County, City of Vineland, and City of Bridgeton, with Cumberland County Improvement Authority acting as lead strategic partner in the application process of the Opportunity Zone Challenge, a competitive grant program aimed at supporting community efforts to attract investment and build community capacity around economic development in opportunity zones across the state. Proposals must include specific deliverables that can be fully completed within 6 calendar months of the grant's execution. The strategic partner, namely CCIA, will work with the primary grantee by providing access to complementary skill sets and knowledge competencies that will enhance municipal, county, partnership proposal, and consequently the strategic plan. And with the conclusion of this report, Mr. Mayor, progress.
Thank you, Commissioner. Vice Mayor?
Nothing at this time, Mr. Mayor.
I have a report from our supervisor of Streets and Roads, and I would like this to be reported and filed. The report is as follows. August 2019 from Streets and Roads, 156 tires collected, 5,513 bags of loose leaves and grass clippings were collected, 409 street sweeping tickets were issued, catch basins repaired on Shelburne Avenue completed, road repair on Holly Drive completed, road repair on Linden Court completed, road repair on Buck Street in front of Buck Park completed, road repair on Sunset Boulevard completed, curb painting on High Street completed, also curb painting completed around Police Building, Firehouse, and Senior High School. South Jersey Agriculture has completed their brush grinding at our compost facility, road trimming on Smith Road completed, road trimming and grading on Main Drive and River Road completed. Brush collection has begun today, Tuesday, September the 3rd, 2019. If you have any questions, concerns, you can contact our supervisor, Wayne Gressman, at Streets and Roads at 825-7000 at extension 7390. And I would like this to be received and filed.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we receive and filed.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Thank you. Ordinance is on second reading.
Okay, we have an ordinance amending the City of Millville Municipal Code, Chapter 2, Administration, Article 14, Disbursement of Funds, subsection 2-54, approval of the Board of Commissioners, adding language authorizing Chief Financial Officer for payment of bills due to lack of a quorum or other circumstances.
Mr. Mayor, move the passage of this proposed ordinance on second and final reading.
Second the motion.
So this is on second reading concerning a purchase on a project of demolition. Anyone that has any concerns concerning it? No? Am I wrong?
Concerns.
Wait, where am I at then? Hold on. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Ordinance on second reading, Municipal Code Chapter 2, Administration. Anyone that has any concerns or comments on this, please step up to the mic. State your name and concerns and limit your comments to 5 minutes, please. Seeing no one, I close the second reading on ordinance number 1. Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Resolutions.
Okay. All right, we have a resolution.
I apologize, Madam Clerk. I believe that
Yeah.
with our copies of the agendas, there is a page where
I was
resolution.
going to say, we had ordinance on first
We
reading.
do.
Okay, just a second. Let me see.
Oh, got it. It's 19.5, right? What's it say?
I think there's some ordinances on first reading.
They're double-sided. It's the next page, right? As you see that on the next.
I
Double-sided.
don't have it,
If
though.
you flip it up, if you flip it.
18.1.
If you flip that page upside down, you should have it.
Oh,
You got it? Apologize for that.
not in order.
Yeah, it's because we're
Okay,
rushing to
let's-
add stuff at the last minute.
Moving on.
Where are we at?
Ordinance on first reading.
Sorry, Brock. You're going to the bus. Okay, ordinance on first reading. Item 1 is an ordinance repealing Article 3 of Chapter 43, subsection 43-12 through subsection 43-16, municipal beach fees and regulations.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, move the passage of this proposed ordinance on first reading with final consideration to be given on September 17th after due publication provided for by law.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Mayor
Yes.
Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 2 is an ordinance repealing Article 2 of Chapter 43, subsection 43-6 through subsection 43-11, Library Rules and Regulations.
Mr. Mayor, move the passage of this proposed ordinance on first reading with final consideration to be given on September 17th after due publication provided for by law.
Can I just make a quick comment?
Yes.
We were just going through our ordinance book and updating some, and these were outdated because we don't have jurisdiction over the library and we no longer have a municipal beach. So
Okay,
just
very
for
good.
clarification.
Thank you.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Resolutions.
Now we'll move on to resolutions.
All right. Item 1 is a resolution authorizing adjustments in the tax and utility records.
Mr. Mayor, move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second the motion?
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 2 is a resolution authorizing water sewer terminations on September 23rd, 2019, due to payment default pursuant to the City of Millville Municipal Code, Chapter 56, Sewer and Water, Article 2, Sewer Use Regulations, and Article 5, Water Regulations, subsection 56 through 18 and 56-52, Enforcement.
Mr. Mayor, move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second the motion?
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 3 is a resolution authorizing award of a contract for demolition of a structure located at 611 East Main Street to Delphi Engineering, Sewell, New Jersey, in the amount of $44,374.
Mr. Mayor, with that, I have certification of availability of funds in the amount of $44,374 from Chief Financial Officer Marcella Shepard, and I move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second the
Any
motion?
comments? I believe this is the old Otto's bar.
It is.
Okay. Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 4 is a resolution authorizing award of contract for demolition of a structure located at 412-414 Sassafras Street to Neary Construction, Williamstown, New Jersey, in the amount of $21,990.
Mr. Mayor, with that, I have certification of availability of funds in the amount of $21,990 from Chief Financial Officer Marcella Shepard, and I move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second the motion?
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 5 is a resolution to purchase one Leach 25 cubic yard 2R111 rear loader mounted on a customer-supplied chassis, including delivery and training through the Sourcewell Cooperative under contract 112014 LEG for $74,309.60 from Grand Turk Equipment Company of Baltimore, Maryland.
Mr. Mayor, with that, I have a certification of availability of funds from Marcella Shepard in the amount of $114,153. Move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second the motion?
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 6 is a resolution to purchase one 2020 model year Peterbilt 348 tandem axle cab chassis 60,000-pound GVVV, including options and delivery through the Sourcewell Cooperative under contract 081716 PMC for $114,153 from Hunter Truck of Clarksburg, New Jersey.
Mr. Mayor, move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second the motion?
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 7 is a resolution approving an agreement between the City of Millville and Jeffrey K. Hackett allowing title of properties located at 713 Willow Road, 708 Southwest Lakeshore Drive, and 712 Southwest Lakeshore Drive to be restored to Jeffrey K. Hackett upon payment to the city in the amount of $8,354.88.
Mr. Mayor, move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second the motion?
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Udalvis?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 8 is a resolution authorizing special assessment of municipal liens for certain properties due to expenses incurred by the City of Millville relating to board and secure plus administrative fees in accordance with Chapter 11, Article 1, subsection 11-6 of the Municipal Code.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Eudalovich?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 9 is a resolution authorizing a municipal partnership agreement with Cumberland County, City of Millville, and City of Bridgeton for the purposes of submitting an Opportunity Zones Challenge grant to NGEDA, with Cumberland County being the designated lead entity and Cumberland County Improvement Authority being the designated lead strategic partner.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Eudalovich?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 10 is a resolution authorizing termination of the purchase and sale agreement between the City of Millville and Rovignati USA Incorporated.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Eudalovich?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 11 is a resolution authorizing professional service contract with John W. Kraus LLC awarded under a non-fair and open process to provide assistance to the Chief Financial Officer and an amount not to exceed $10,000 for the period covering July 1st, 2019 through June 30th, 2020.
And with that, Mr. Mayor, I have a certification of availability of funds from Marcellus Shepard in the amount of $10,000. Move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Eudalovich?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 12 is a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute a contract of sale between Walter Langsdorff and the City of Millville for the acquisition by the city of property located at 701 Columbia Avenue, Block 302, Lot 11, for the sum of $120,000.
And with that, Mr. Mayor, I have the certification of funds from our Chief Financial Officer, Marcy Shepard, in the amount of $120,000, and I move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Eudalovich?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 13 is a resolution authorizing access agreement to Manpreet Singh for temporary access to 815 North High Street.
Mr. Mayor, move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second the motion.
Any comments?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I would provide a point of clarification for Resolution Item 13, authorizing an access agreement for 815 North High Street. The supervising planner reports and explains that the intent for the access agreement is to provide access for preliminary inspections of the city-owned property in the event that it should be available for purchase.
Anyone else? Thank you, Commissioner. Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Eudalovich?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Item 14 is a resolution authorizing change order proposal for contract awarded through the New Jersey School Board Association, a New Jersey-approved cooperative pricing system with SHI International, dated August 5th, 2019, representing IT management for the Millville Police Department for the period from August 1st, 2019 through December 31st, 2019, and an additional amount not to exceed $33,666.65.
And with that, Mr. Mayor, I have a certification of Marcellus Shepard, CFO, in the amount of $33,666.65, and move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Eudalovich?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. All right, we have a resolution authorizing shared services agreement between the Cumberland County Improvement Authority and the City of Millville for fleet maintenance for a 2-year term commencing on September 1st, 2019 and ending on August 31st, 2021, and an amount not to exceed $2,000.
And with that, Mr. Mayor, I have a certification of availability of funds from Marcellus Shepard in the amount of $2,000, and move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Eudalovich?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries. Item 16 is a resolution approving lease agreement between the City of Millville and Millville Development Corporation for the purpose of MDC to demolish the existing water fountain at 30 through 36 North High Street and construct a new human-sized checkerboard on said site through a grant obtained by MDC.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second motion.
Any comments?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, as a point of clarification, with the recent Main Street, New Jersey funding and Millville Development Corporation's investment in the project to remove the fountain and perform improvements to Glasstown Plaza, the lease agreement will allow the opportunity for capital improvements on public property utilizing the funding opportunity.
Excellent. Anyone else? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Eudalovich?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
And our last item, 17, is a resolution approving deed notices on Block 260, Lot 1.
Mr. Mayor, move the adoption of this resolution.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Eudalovich?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to authorize the following special event on public lands applications. A downtown car and craft show sponsored by the Greater Millville Chamber of Commerce on September 28, 2019, from 12 o'clock p.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. with a rain date of October 5, 2019, located on High Street, pending appropriate approvals.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Eudalovich?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to authorize Mayor Santiago to sign permission slip for Atlantic City Electric to have contractor remove hazardous trees and trim brush around utility poles and wires.
Second the motion.
Any comments? Roll call.
Commissioner Pepitone?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Parent?
Yes.
Commissioner Eudalovich?
Yes.
Mayor Santiago?
Yes.
Motion carries.
We've now reached public comment portion of our meeting. Anyone who would like to address this commission, please go to the podium, state your name and address your concerns, and please limit your comments to 5 minutes.
Good evening, Kirk Hewitt, Millville. Just a few things. I see we've lost Ravenati to Vineland. I see we are back in closed session for LKQ. Guess the announcement will be coming from Vineland that they got them. But I guess we got Stephen Durst for his solar project along 2 acres of what LKQ wanted. So that's a good thing, I guess. The racetrack. I don't see him here. I thought they said they were coming back to prepare a presentation and answer our questions from all the people that were here last meeting. A couple questions have been answered by a few of their supporters over the last 6 weeks. A lot of people have been asking what kind of businesses did the racetrack bring to the city, and that's going to close up and go away if the racetrack doesn't get a tax abatement. We finally found 2 of them, and they're confirmed. One is TK Performance, one is 856 Performance. Guess where they're at? They're on the racetrack property. They're there for the racetrack, by the racetrack. So we can finally say that they did bring 2 businesses to us. That's great. Last 2 weeks, residents have had lots of questions. Still after the meeting, you guys know they had lots of questions the night of the meeting. The only question I'm going to ask is when they decide to come back in here, maybe 3, 4, 5 meetings from now, when they figure everybody's calmed down, everybody's going to go away, can I or another resident step up to this podium and request 4, 6, 8 weeks to prepare a presentation to answer the racetrack? Because it sure seems like they're pulling our chain right now. The time frame, that's another question that was asked the other week, the other meeting. You're still 2.5, almost 3 years away. How about seeing that the racetrack doesn't seem to be able to get their ducks in a row? How about we just step away and forget this and you just put together a letter to the racetrack saying, we don't even want to hear it. You've got till 2023, July. Let's just step away and let another commission deal with it, or you guys, whoever's sitting there. There's no need to do it now unless they're shopping for an investor that maybe wants to see that abatement before they dump their money into the track. Last thing, next to last thing, opportunity zones. Where are our designated opportunity zones? I'd like maybe we could find that out in your comments tonight so I don't lose my time. Last commission meeting, Vice Mayor Parent, you said that we could go down, talk to Marcy and stuff, get paperwork. I'm glad you did that because she was a lot of help. She was, like she always is, she's Marcy, But now I got a question for you. Over on Marlin Terrace, you stated probably about 8 meetings ago that the Marlin Terrace problem is not a problem. It was a farce made up by Joe Suey, and that it was dead. Through all my OPRA requests and through all my searching, I have not been able to find an application, any permits, or any inspections done for the flood wall on your property. That the next rain that we get, you are going to send water right to my cousin's house. Because that's a nice flood wall you got there. If you can, answer that. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Kurt.
John Worthington, Millville. I hope, well, I hate to be flogging a hopefully dead horse. I don't see the track here. They certainly had enough time to prepare a presentation. They have enough people. They have a PR staff. They could have had a presentation for us tonight. I did contact Ms. Shepard as you all recommended, and she was very helpful with the figures regarding the racetrack payments to the city. I've looked at them, and frankly, they don't provide any justification for granting another abatement. I pay 25% of what I should be paying is hardly a valid reason to continue to shortchange the taxpayers. And that's exactly what's happening. Our schools and taxpayers are being shortchanged. At a time of shrinking state aid, when every dollar counts, our schools need that money. The taxpayers cannot be expected to subsidize the business investments of a multimillionaire. Like any business, it needs to turn a profit. But expecting the taxpayers to guarantee that profit is beyond the pale. We have given them 11 years. Pilots are for airplanes, not racetracks. It's time for them to either learn to fly on their own or pay for their ticket like everyone else does. I don't want to take anything away from the track. They have 3 years left, okay. But I also don't want them to take anything away from me or our schools. And that is what a proposed new abatement will do. It'll take money directly from the taxpayers, directly to the schools, and give it to a multimillionaire who frankly doesn't need it. Now, the numbers we got from Ms. Shepard, they're a little hard to understand because they conflate what is likely private pay, the villas and the garages, with what the track's paying. So it seems as if the track is paying more than it actually is when you add in what private people are paying. But that shouldn't be counted. All I'm concerned is what the racetrack is bringing to this city and what the city is giving away to the racetrack. Thank you.
John. Thank you, Mr. Worthington.
Betty Montleone, Millville. And I just have a question first. At the last meeting, there were a lot of confusion. So my question is the abatement over and done with, or are you still considering it?
Betty will answer that at the end.
Okay, I'll make sure you do. Okay. Now, my question next is, are you guys saying that Millville does not need the money? If so, why are taxes going up and why are services being cut? I'm assuming we have no air conditioning, no blinds. I'm assuming Millville does need this money. So I'll take that as a yes. So what is the track really saying to you and to the people of Millville when they ask for this extension, whether it's 10 years or 15? They're saying we plan on felling. We are not going to be able to pay for the next 15 years. So if you're planning on felling, why does it take so long to do a presentation? Just come in and say, we have no way of making it. So it'd be that simple. If they can't do it, they should hire a manager that can increase their bottom line. They could do a lot of things to do that. They could have other things at their, like just my own crazy ideas. They could have an escape room, which is very big now. They could do outdoor bands. They could do holiday theme events. They do nothing to promote their track. They're not trying to raise their revenue. And that's not the people in Millville's job to do that for them. If they can't do it, you fold up and do whatever you have to. But it's not right that they depend. We're the poorest county, the city, the schools. They need this money. So by raising the taxes, you're going to get a trickle-down results. Not only will those three suffer, people will move out, more foreclosures, more homeless, more businesses will leave, and new ones won't come. More families will struggle to provide for their kids and pay their taxes. Less money for the police officers, less city services. Don't you realize more and more people are leaving and crime is increasing already? Is this what you guys want for the city? Or do you want to turn it around? I leave that for your thoughts, and your actions will answer that question, not only to me, but everybody else in Millville will have their answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Betty.
Somebody say Betty.
Careful.
Mary Messick here of Millville. Basically, what I'm going to say is just based on a total observation that I've had for a little over 20 years now that I've lived in this town. I've heard many commission meetings, many workshop sessions, all talk about how we need to bring people into the city of Millville. Sorry to break your bubbles, but we've been doing that for a little over 150 years. Way back before my time, we had Luna Park. It was a well-known, fabulous amusement park. We had big shots come in here, like Frank Sinatra, to mention one, plus many. So basically, we've had people come to Millville for a little over 150 years. That, we don't need to invent the wheel over again. We have that. What we don't have is our city marketing itself to its fullest potential. I've looked, I've done research. I don't know any other small boroughs, municipalities like ours that has turned around and has railways that are still workable, multiple highways, a waterway, an airport, not one, but two museums, multiple parks that people come to. Yes, whether we like them or we don't like them, we've got a racetrack. Not everybody knows what's going on out there. Not everybody can afford their tickets. Okay? Maybe they need to take a little deduction off for those as long as you prove an ID that you live within Millville. Let the residents be a part of this. Branch out. Market themselves. Because if we market ourselves properly, I'll guarantee you, you'll have businesses knocking on your door. You'll be able to take care of our infrastructure and don't have to worry about our infrastructure falling apart and where's the next dollar coming from. Plus, you won't have to sit there and look at something on paper that looks real good, but then when you look at the final picture and the overall picture, there's a piece missing. And we're the taxpayers that are paying that fee. And people want to yell and gripe. Let's talk about schools that are taking away from other schools. I thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Jim Reeves, Packard Drive, Millville. A little while ago, it was on national news about encephalitis increasing, being carried by mosquitoes. I thought about it. I knew a boy 30-some years ago who got real sick from that. Today, he's very handicapped. Also, I'm thinking being out to the landfill and living right next door to it. There are 2 ponds out there. I guess they're supposed to be retention ponds. They're right in front of the brush pile. You go out there, they're right on the left, just below the building. A number of years ago, they cleaned one of them up where you could actually see it was water. I saw one time geese swimming in there. I said, geese, even though I don't like geese, you're probably going to die from that. Right now, again, they're still both green slime. We need to clean them up before we have a problem with encephalitis or mosquitoes themselves. I mean, we're noted for mosquitoes in South Jersey anyway. But living that close to it, I don't want one of my family or my neighbors getting encephalitis from mosquitoes that could breed there. And I know most retention ponds that are put in now, because you can't put stormwater into the streams, it's got to be kept on property. They're supposed to drain out. These ponds never drain. And I hate to say what might be in them. Being in the landfill, what could be leaching over there or leaching up, I don't know which. So if you would, please put that on your agendas and have somebody look into it and solve the problem if you would. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Reeves.
Joe Sutherland, 51 Dorset Avenue. I'm here as coordinator of the Millville Municipal Alliance Committee. And our school year has started up, and our programs in the school will be starting. We're also working on getting students to go to the New Jersey State Elks Youth Peer Leadership Conference, which is in February. We're also working on helping with the Pumpkin Extravaganza and with our volunteer recognition dinner that we do in December. And as always, we thank you for the support that you give us and the commissioners before you. Jim, you've been supporting us for longer than I can remember. But, without your support, we could not put on these programs for the kids. And so all of our members, thank you. And I believe the students, thank you, too.
Thank you, Joe.
Good evening, Angeline Broomhall, Millville. I know it's, and I appreciate the fact that you don't like to answer questions. It would be beneficial, I think, if we knew whether or not you were considering this tax exemption, just so that I'm not saying anything. If you're already done with it and you've made up your decision to say, no, we're not doing it, there's no point in me or the rest of us going on and on. But anyhow, I am disappointed that it didn't happen today. You know, we had over 100 people here at the last meeting. We were all told, and countless people watching, we were all told that there would be at the next meeting a presentation, which I'm not even clear as to why they didn't say what they needed to say at the last meeting or even be prepared to present at the July 16th meeting when this first one on the agenda. It really feels like a stall tactic because we're a struggling community and we work and we have responsibilities and we have jobs and it's very difficult. And it also, and I've mentioned this before here, the people tend to feel shut out. So when we came last week in full force to fight for our community, we were said, we're going to give the track more time. They should have been prepared before they even applied and asked for more time. But we're bending over backwards for them, and we're asking more from the community. I want to ask that while you're waiting for the track to prepare their statement and get their fancy lawyers involved, that you do your due diligence and research the statistical evidence that any tax incentive for a business provides any economic development. Because the fact is that businesses that get these incentives tend to have a 3.7% lower growth rate than businesses that don't. What's proven economic development for every community throughout this country is education and infrastructure. Over and over and over, that has been proven to lift communities out of poverty or to maintain the strength of a community. Good infrastructure, good education, not tax incentives for the rich, not tax incentives for corporations. These are facts. This isn't my opinion. This isn't my boo-hoo sob story. This isn't what I need. I'm asking you and telling you to consider the facts, the hardcore research by major universities throughout the country have been studying this exact failed experiment for years. Tax incentives to corporations is a failed experiment on the backs of the working class. And in this case, in our city, the poor and the working class. We're an impoverished community. We cannot afford to carry them. Their wages are low. Their jobs are not what they promised. They're poverty wages. Minimum wage, part-time, seasonal work is poverty wages. So we still have to subsidize their labor force because we still have to pay for their Medicaid and their food stamps and their housing assistance, which I do not begrudge them. But when I'm paying for their employer and I have to pay for their staff, they're double dipping. I'm paying for everything. And that's not right. But more importantly, and the fact that the thing that you guys have to consider is the impact on economic development, right? That's what this is all about. Statistically speaking, it doesn't work. And clearly it hasn't with the racetrack. It hasn't worked. It's not going to work because the evidence proves that it's a failed idea. Invest in our infrastructure. Invest and lobby with all your friends you have up in Trenton. Go up there and tell them, which I know you've done for years, stop forgetting about us down here. We don't need the track. We don't need Van Drew to come down here and advocate again for the track like he did in 2004. We need roads, we need buses, we need rails, and we need schools. We need our funding for our schools to be fully funded. We need to support our kids and support our education. And then all of us in this room and in the area, in the region, will want to come to Millville. New businesses will want to come here if we have those things. If we don't, we're just continuing to put good money into bad. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela.
Good evening, everyone. Natalie Tyson, Dream Builders Empire Network. Today, I'm just going to touch on the law of attraction. And important as we all strive towards working and coming together to build a better Millville, it's important, we all have responsibility, okay? We all play a very important part. And in addition to what we are doing, it's important that we keep the right vibe as well. We create the things, events, and people that come into our lives. Our thoughts, our feelings, words, and action produces energies which in turn attract like energies. Negative energies attract negative energies. Positive energies attract positive energies. And again, many have come up and have spoken of some concerns which are very valid. But importantly, what we have to be mindful about is what we contribute in addition to these things, who we become, what we think about regarding the city, what we push forward, what we champion, okay? It must always be positive it doesn't matter how negative the issues are, there is always a positive side to it, or a positive responsibility that we all have. And as you deal, may God give you the grace and the wisdom to deal with the issues that need to be dealt with, and that it will be in the best interest of, all in question in the city of Millville. God bless you, and God bless this great city of Millville. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Natalie.
Seeing no one else, I close the public comments for this commission meeting. We'll have comments of commissioners. Commissioner Pepitone.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Like you out there in the audience, the commission here thought the motorsports park was going to present this evening. We had found out over the last 2 weeks that they had decided not to come. I don't think any of us up here are going to make decisions until we have a clear understanding of what's going on. And I think unless they can prove to us the benefit that's going to come out of an abatement, again, personally, I wouldn't support it. So to answer, I think it was you, Angela, who said, whether you're going to make a decision or not, short of them showing us why it would be a benefit, I wouldn't support it. And again, when they come and they present it, I think they should be responsible to the whole public. I mean, it's pretty evident, that our community is concerned about this, and they need to step up and show why it would be beneficial for us to provide an abatement. If that's the direction we would consider going in. Mayor, you made a good point when you talked about schools and other schools. One of the issues that we have in public schools is the charter school system, and they took millions and millions of dollars out of the public schools. Their money goes from the public school coffers to basically run the charter schools, and in doing so leaves less of money to run the public schools, who have a lot greater number of levels of responsibility that must be met for all students, whereas in charter schools that's not the case. So it was a good point that you brought up, and I want to make sure that people understand that. That's where a lot of public school funding has gone. There's another point. Further development in the city is going to be key. I mean, all of us understand that unless we get ratables, I mean, the basis of the tax burden relies on the community. So I think it needs to be one of our biggest priorities to see how we can get businesses in here. And I think we're doing that. We just have to keep working at it a little harder than I guess what we are, and be fortunate enough to bring businesses into the city. With that, Mayor, thank you for the time.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Udalvis.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. In response to Mr. Hewitt's question, it is my preliminary understanding that the 301 census tract constitutes a portion of our opportunity zone, which includes Center City of Millville. However, I would appreciate the opportunity to research and provide additional specific information via work session item or during the Commissioner's report at our September 17th meeting. In response to Ms. Monteleone's question, the ordinances on second and first reading were both voted down at the August 20th meeting regarding the New Jersey Motorsports Park and are not scheduled to reappear to my knowledge. Please note that they were not tabled, but rather voted down. I also, through my comments at the previous meeting, articulated my questions specifically regarding the need for the duration or the instatement of an extension for a tax abatement before 2023 and the rationale or documentation for such, as I'm also a resident of Millville myself. The decision was made at the discretion of the New Jersey Motorsports Park to not appear at this meeting and should rest in their responsibility. First, I will note that the Center City neighborhood planning process, consisting of numerous community leaders and supporters in partnership with Holly City Development Corporation, continues to work diligently to recruit volunteers who are willing to lend feedback and expertise through my closing comment. The Monday, August 26th meeting summarized many of the ideas presented at the August 1st Community Forum and served as an opportunity to align and consolidate committees, including one in which the importance of forming a civic organization in the Center City neighborhood was highlighted. The department commends Holly City Development Corporation and the volunteers who attended to provide ideas and feedback for their steadfast dedication to improving Center City Millville. Second, the Department of Public Affairs reminds all citizens that we continue to accept and review nominations for the Making a Difference in Millville recognition. Through an effort to recognize organizations and programs working to improve the quality of life within the city, community members are encouraged to nominate programs registered as a New Jersey not-for-profit organization or house of worship maintaining headquarters or some physical presence in the city of Millville. Please note that nomination forms for the Making a Difference in Millville recognition are available as PDF files on the city website, www.millvillenj.gov, beneath the category titled Forms and Public Relations, or available at Millville City Hall. And with the conclusion of this statement, Mr. Mayor, progress.
Thank you, Commissioner. Vice Mayor?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, if you bear with me a little bit, I'll try to keep my comments not as long. Keeps Mr. Hewer happy if I don't keep talking too long. Okay. One thing is, Motorsports Park keeps coming up. What are you doing? What are you doing about it? My first meeting I had with Motorsports Park was very clear. I wasn't in favor of any extension to Motorsports Park. That was my position. I think we owe it to them to come here and tell us why they want it extended. I mean, we're asking the same thing as you folks are asking. You know, we want to know, why do you want an extension? So I have a real concern about that, because not just with Motorsports Park, but you got to keep in mind that Target also is a 15-year pilot program that we have out there. So it's not just Motorsports Park. I have a problem with extending either contract. I think 15 years is plenty enough to say, you know, move on, make it happen. That's my position as it stands right now. And I want to make that perfectly clear. They know that already, okay? My priority is trying to get rescue squad service to our city. That's a priority with me, not Motorsports Park. And we have to address that as a commission. That should be top on our list, and I know that it is. We're going to have to make another major decision. What are we going to do about it? Our citizens deserve the services that we are not getting from Spirit Hospital. I've heard nothing but nightmares, folks. I mean, it's I'm just not happy with them, and we have to make a tough decision of what to do. And whatever it is, you can rest assured that this administration is going to do what we have to do to provide those services to the public. So again, I just want everyone to understand that, you know, minds aren't made up. We're waiting for motorsports also. There's no back door, back room politics going on. They approached the commission a number of weeks, probably months ago, about sitting down asking about some form of an extension. You know, that's where we are. So each commissioner will think about it and think hard how they would vote on it. My mind is pretty much made up where I'm going to go in my direction, and I'm not afraid to say that now. So again, I just want you to know that. Sorry about my voice. I'm still working on it. Okay. Listen to the doctors, and you know, I'll be as short as possible, but I have a lot more to say about things, and I will, God willing, be able to say it. Okay. Progress, Mayor. That's it.
Thank you. I think all the questions in regards to the racetrack have been answered. I think Commissioner Dalovas put it plain and perfect for all of you. You all understand that? You don't hear me? So Commissioner Dalovas answered the question in reference to the racetrack at our last meeting. So everyone should sit comfortable in their seats right now. The abatement, Mr. Hewitt. The abatement runs from all of High Street to Buck Street on the east side of Buck Street, all the way to the point of High and Delsey. All right? That's where it goes. Mr. Reeves, we'll work on those ponds tomorrow. That's my department. I'll make sure that Wayne Gressman gets out there and looks at it and see what we have to do. What I'd like for you to do is send me an email so we can stay in contact as to what we're doing, so that we can do what's right for that situation that may come upon us. Okay? Anyone else? Any questions? Anything else? All right. Yeah. Can I get a adjournment here?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All right. This meeting's adjourned. Thank you for coming, folks.